Do you trust me? How many times have you heard that? Oh, trust me. Especially in financial services or insurance or anything, or somebody trying to sell you something, is we're trying to gain trust. Well, the other side of trust, the other side of that coin is trustworthiness. And the question is, if you're not trustworthy, then we ourselves won't trust other people. The most distrusting people or mistrusting people in society are those who are not trustworthy. Why? Is because they know their own failings, so they attribute to other people the very failings that they have. But you see, there's a thing that we do also in business especially. We think failure or falling short is untrustworthiness. And here's the interesting thing, is everybody falls short. Everybody misses the mark. For we have all sinned and not hit the mark. So how could we possibly say, well, that person is not trustworthy because they've fallen short? There is a difference between the two. And the difference is intent. If my intent is to deceive, if my intent is to cheat or to steal, then I'm not going to be trustworthy. But if my intent is good, I truly do in my heart mean to do good, but I fail anyway, I don't accomplish the task that you want to accomplish, or I don't finish the project on time, but my intent is to do it and I'm earnest in what I do, that's called falling short. Let's make sure we separate the two, because there's far too much judgment in business by Christians who think that someone who has fallen short is not a trustworthy person. There's a difference between the two. Hudson Taylor is one of my heroes of the faith. I've read a couple of biographies by him, or about him. One of them is really kind of poignant, and as you read one of the pages, it was about, his daughter was writing it, and it was about the time after he had lost China inland missions. I mean, it had been shut down, they'd been thrown out of China, people had been killed. It was kind of the ruin of his entire life. And he had put everything he had into China inland missions. He was coming out of seminary in London, and one of the students asked him, and this was on the right bottom page, they asked him the question, Dr. Taylor, now that you've lived this life and what you've accomplished, is the vision of Christ ahead any clearer? And he looked at the man and he said, it is darker now when I look ahead than at any time in my life. And I wanted to close the book and give up on Christianity, because if he'd have done what he did and he saw it darker ahead, what hope was there for me? But when you turn the page, his next sentence is, but when I look back on my life, it is ablaze with the glory and the presence of Jesus Christ. When you look back on your life, what do you see? You will see all of the places that God told you to build a monument to him there, the reminders that he is trustworthy, that he above all others is trustworthy, that he will never leave you nor forsake you. Here's an interesting thing I've learned. The closer I get to the end of my life, the closer I get, the farther I seem in my own spirit from God. The more I see his grace, his glory, his magnificence, and the less I feel as a result of it. But when I look back, my life is ablaze with the glory and the presence of Jesus Christ, because I know he is with me always, even unto the end of the age. Have a great and blessed day. This has been a V-Couragement from Kingdom Companies.